Our boys and girls golfers are heading to states with one school advancing as a team. Naperville Central football also continues to win as the Redhawks are 7-0 to begin the year. Hello Naperville sports fans and welcome to another episode of NSW. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. Naperville North football has just 2 losses this season, and that's to the number 1 and 2 ranked Class 8A teams in the state. The Huskies hosted Neuqua Valley on Friday nights, and Jacob Bell shines once more for North.
Naperville North returns home after winning 2 in a row on the road as the Huskies host Neuqua Valley. Last year's matchup saw the Wildcats beat North 17-7 as Neuqua hasn't lost on the road against North since 2014. The game is also North's salute to service night, where the Huskies honor several veterans during the pre-game ceremonies. North's offense picks up where it left off on its opening drive as Jacob Bell fakes the handoff and throws a dart to Chico Thomas, who is pushed out of bounds after a 10-yard completion. The drive gets them down to the 1, where Rashawn Blake Island pushes into the end zone for the touchdown as the Huskies strike first, up 7-0. North's defense jumps in on the next drive as Kiatrong is sacked and stripped by Gabriel Hill as the loose ball is picked up by Donovan Howard, who is into the end zone for another touchdown to make it 14-0 North. Trong temporarily leaves shaken up, handing the spot to Drake Meneke. On 3rd and long, he steps up and takes off trying to get the first down, but is stopped just a yard short to set up 4th and 1. Neuqua goes for it as the give is to Andrew Barkley to keep the drive alive for the Wildcats. A few plays later, Meneke goes for the home run shot, but his pass is intercepted by Zach Malley, who returns it from the end zone all the way out to midfield. North is unable to capitalize on the turnover, but the score remains 14-0. 2 North possessions later on 3rd down, Bell gets hit as he throws, and the catch is made by Nick Manzardo, who is dragged down inside Neuqua red zone for a 23-yard completion. On the very next play, Bell calls his own number and has a wide-open lane ahead of him. He takes the rock in for a 17-yard touchdown run to make it 21-0 Huskies. Then, before the half, North drives down again, where Bell throws deep and finds Brock Pettaway wide open in the end zone for a 21-yard touchdown strike, as Naperville North leads 28-0 at halftime. In the 3rd, on North's 2nd possession, Bell finds Manzardo on the wide receiver screen, and he shakes off the tacklers and is off to the races. He beats the Neuqua defense down the sideline and is in for an 82-yard catch-and-run touchdown to make the score 35-0. Now in the 4th quarter, North looks to add more as Chico Thomas takes the handoff and pushes forward into Neuqua territory for a 39-yard run, setting the Huskies up for a 40-burger. The 40-burger special is given a few plays later as Bell finds the motion man Charlie Schinkel for a 6-yard touchdown catch as Naperville North is playoff eligible with a 42-0 win over Neuqua Valley. The Huskies will travel next week to take on Homewood Flossmoor, while the Wildcats are officially eliminated from playoff contention.
3 games to go in the regular season of high school football as Naperville Central has a playoff spot locked up, sitting at 6-0. Now the Redhawks look to improve their seeding as they head to Metea Valley. The Mustangs are celebrating homecoming and would love to snap their 4-game slide. Sebastian Hayes displayed his arm last week, and now he's using his legs as he picks up 17 yards on the option. Then he unleashes the option near the goal line, and he walks it in for the first touchdown of the game. Jake McLeod and the Mustangs take the field. He drops back with a pump and fires downfield to an open Dylan Liner behind the defense for a 45-yard play. That drive continues in the 2nd quarter, with McLeod finding an open, a renewed Saravanan for the touchdown, and this game is tied at 7. Hayes responds with his arm as he finds Jermaine Kennedy for a pickup of 27 yards that gets NC inside the 30. A few plays later, Hayes rolls and finds an open Vince Byrne for 6, and the Redhawks are back in front 14-7. Mattia hopes to get their offense back on track, but McLeod throws an interception to Daniel Nussbaum, and he houses it for the pick 6. It's a second straight week with a defensive touchdown for the Redhawk defense, and they're rolling up 28-7. Though the defense isn't done yet, McLeod rolls and tries to throw it away, but Garrett Nichols extends his body and makes the interception. A great play by Nichols sets the Redhawk offense up in great field position. Jalen Isom rewards the defense by carrying the ball and a defender with him all the way to the end zone. Another explosive performance helps Naperville Central to a 56-7 win and a 7-0 record.
The Waubonsie Valley Warriors sit at 3-3 on the season, needing to win at least 2 of their last 3 games to become playoff eligible. They host the DeKalb Barbs, who at 0-6 are playing simply for pride, but that doesn't make them any less of a threat in this Week 7 matchup. With great field position on the first drive, Josh Sikierski goes to work, finding Brock Culberson over the middle for a 34-yard touchdown strike, 7-0 Warriors. The Barbs start on offense as Michael Hodge tries to set up a screen that Nate Sorelli is all over, nearly getting the interception and knocking the visitors back 5 yards. On 3rd down and long, Sikierski fires it to Josh Tenney, who has it knocked away, but he keeps fighting for the catch, bobbling it, and he gets Waubonsie on the doorstep. On the ensuing 4th down, Christian Simmons is stuffed by the DeKalb front, and the Barbs take over on downs, 7-0 Warriors at the end of the first quarter. It wouldn't take long for Waubonsie to get back in the red zone. In the second quarter, this time Simmons won't be denied as he flies in untouched around the edge to get the Warriors up 14. DeKalb operate in the red zone, and Hodge connects with Devon Grant, who splits 2 defenders to come up with the catch on the 1-yard line. After a QB sneak found nothing but dirt, Hodge hands it off to Travis Gooden, who dives down and breaks the plane. The refs jog in, check it, and give the signal. The Barbs are on the board, 14-7. On 3rd and 11, Hodge tries to escape out to his right, but Leo Hobson and Stefan Popov drag him down to force a punt. The duo wreaked havoc in the backfield multiple times in the game. In the second half, Hodge connects with Billy Miller, who beats his defender over the top of the defense to strike first. Yet the extra point was missed, so Waubonsie still lead 14-13, but the Barbs are right there with them. In the fourth quarter, Sikierski looks left, but there's nothing there as he's forced to scramble. He flings it to Owen Roberts, who drops down to his knees to extend the Waubonsie lead 21-13. 3rd and long for the Barbs now, as Hodge just says screw it, Grant is down there somewhere. The senior and junior connect again for a big play to keep the drive alive. Later on the drive, Hodge steps back but stumbles and falls down. Popov falls on Hodge to secure the loss of yards, but that earns him a penalty flag in the eyes of the refs, so pack on 10 yards for the Barbs. On 4th down, Hodge goes up to Grant and the junior draws a pass interference penalty to keep the drive alive. With a new set of downs, DeKalb only needs 1 play for a wide-open Miller to score his 2nd touchdown of the game. Although the Barbs still need this 2-point conversion to tie it, but the toss to Grant doesn't work as Popov and crew deny the draw. Warriors retain a 21-19 lead. With the Warriors back on the offensive, Simmons breaks the tackle and then he bounces to the outside. There's nobody in his way to prevent the score, and the Warriors take a 28-19 lead, and they hold on to improve to 4-3 on the year.
Naperville North's Kelly Reif has been named the IHSA Boys Water Polo Coach of the Year for 2023-24. She's helped guide Naperville North to 3 state appearances, along with a 31-5 record and a 3rd-place trophy this past season. Naperville Central QB Sebastian Hayes is helping lead the Redhawks to a 7-0 record this season, but the road has been far from smooth for the senior. After the break, let's hear from the Naperville Central signal caller, who's battling back from not 1 but 2 season-ending ACL tears.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5.
There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
Two things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
Two dealerships, side by side, identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Get 0% for 72 months, plus $2,000 off a 2023 Lincoln Aviator this month at Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville, where the dealership experience makes the difference.
After not playing the past 2 years, Sebastian Hayes has helped Naperville Central football to a 7-0 record. Patrick Cotto has more on the quarterback's return from multiple injuries for our latest feature story presented by Fair Oaks Lincoln.
It feels great being back on the field after a long 2 years of just injuries, and I'm happy to be back on the field with all the guys I grew up with playing football, and we're doing pretty good, so it's even more fun when you're winning.
This is Naperville Central senior quarterback Sebastian Hayes, who is playing football for the first time in 2 years after not one, but 2 ACL tears. In an attempt to return to the field, he tore his left ACL during the offseason before his junior year. After that second tear, his passion for the game began to slip.
After the second ACL tear, I was just really mad about it and down about it, and I just didn't think football was my sport anymore and that I was going to be done with it. But I wanted to play my final year with the guys I grew up with, and that just meant the most to me.
After countless physical therapy sessions, and with the support of doctors, teammates, coaches, and family, Hayes was ready to return to the gridiron for his senior campaign. From the start of summer camps to the midway point of the season, the signal caller has gotten more comfortable under center while receiving extra treatment before practices.
We have compression boots in the trainer's office, and I go on those pretty much every day before practice just to get my legs ready for the practice. I also will foam roll and stretch, and I try to eat as clean as I can without losing size, just to keep my inflammation down.
Hayes also wears a knee brace on his left knee during the games to help prevent a potential injury. The last time Hayes played a full football season was in the fall of 2021. After 2 seasons of rehab and setbacks, head coach Mike Ulrich was ready to get Hayes going, but took extra precautions so the 6'4" senior would be ready for week 1.
We just needed to see him run and come to balance, and it was good to see him be able to do that this summer. He's just so much calmer, and the game has slowed down for him a lot. I think that's been the biggest difference when you watch him play.
There was a lot of rust to knock off when the season arrived, and Hayes didn't have the strongest start in his first game. Against Hinsdale Central, he threw 2 interceptions, but the rest of the teammates had his back, and the Hawks came out with a 24-13 victory.
My mindset was more just get through the game, just don't make mistakes, and I soon realized after that game that I just need to go out there, have fun, and just take advantage of every moment out there.
Now Hayes continues to grow as a player and settle under center while having fun. Thanks in large part to his dual threat ability at quarterback, the Redhawks are off to a 7-0 start, with Hayes scoring at least 1 touchdown in every game. While he is still determining if he will continue to play at the next level, Hayes is hoping to end his prep football career on a high note.
I'm just excited for finishing off the regular season strong and going into playoffs, and I want to bring a state championship to this school, and that's my dream.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
The girls' tennis DVC finals were held on Friday, and after the break, we'll show you who took home the title. Then we'll give you action from some of our cross-country teams competing under the lights at Naperville North.
We live in a safe community. but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
Hey everybody, Stephen Holt here from NBC5. What is a better way to start the morning than a fresh, hot cup of coffee? Well, NCTV 17's The Morning Show. We've got sizzling interviews. Also, we have a live band and breakfast is included. It's the hottest ticket in town. I'll see you there.
It's time for the 2024 DVC Girls Tennis Championships at Neuqua Valley. The Wildcats won last year's tournament and enter this year tied with the most regular season points, with Naperville North at 23. It's a well-balanced field of teams this season in the DVC as the conference finals get everyone ready for sectionals next week. Let's start the day with a two-singles final between Naperville North's Andra Elzy and Wabanzi's Chloe Cochran. Elzy enters undefeated in conference play, and the Husky serves in. Cochran heads up to the net, and Elzy is ready with some power. She sends one that's too much for Cochran and wins the first set 6-4. The Warrior now serves in, and she's fast to get the points. Cochran runs one low to the net, and the ball dribbles down for the point. We keep going in the second set, and Cochran serves in again as a long rally ensues. Eventually, Elzy hits one far, then she goes short, which Cochran is ready for. The Warrior dribbles another one down for a point. Jumping into a rally, it's Elzy's turn to use the low shot as the Husky guides one to the left. She takes the second set 6-2 and is the DVC second singles champion. Now over to the one singles final between Wabanzi freshman Lydia Peranto and Central senior and three-time DVC champion Sophia Olaru. Peranto took down the Redhawk last week and holds an undefeated conference record. Olaru uses nice power and some help from the wind to get this point as she cruises in the first set, taking it 6-1. Peranto now gets to work for Dub V, and she backhands one and heads to the net. The Warrior grazes the ball off the top of the net, but Olaru does well. Eventually, Peranto jumps and sends one past the Redhawk. The Warrior now runs left before hitting and heading up towards the net again. She does a great job in front, heading right but hitting the ball to the left for the point. Olaru gets the ball in and Peranto sends it back. The Redhawk loads up for a powerful backhand and the Warrior can't get to it. Olaru takes the second set 6-1 and she wins a 4 straight DVC one singles championship. Heading over to the doubles portion of the day with a second doubles final between Matias Arda Ragavapudi and Leah Liu taking on Neuqua Zara Khan and Madeline Finke. The Neuqua duo enters undefeated in the DVC while the Mustangs were 3-2. Liu starts off with a strong forehand down the line for Mattia. Finke serves in for the Wildcats and she does well. On the next hit, she rifles up for a rocket into the back corner. The Mustangs stay composed throughout this matchup, and Ragavapudi looks to close it out. The Mustang places one right between her opponents for the point. They take down Neuqua Valley in straight sets, 7-6, 6-3. Let's close out the DVC championships with the one doubles final of Dub V's Sophia Peranto and Revi Rao playing Neuqua's Sophia Shao and Kylie Tran. The Warriors defeated top-seeded Naperville North to get here, while the Wildcats defeated Mattia. Neuqua uses a nice serving strategy to begin the day as Shao steps in to hit one down for a point. But then Peranto is the one to show off the skills at the nets. The Warrior jumps in front of both Wildcat hits and can smack one down to get things going for Dub V. The first set, however, is all Neuqua Valley, and this serve by Shao is perfect for an ace. Then, again off a Tran serve, Shao jumps in front, and there's no way the Warriors can stop that. Neuqua takes set 1, 6-1. Waubonsee comes back in set 2, and after trailing by multiple games, we're in a tiebreaker. After a nice hit by Peranto, Rao sends it between the Wildcats for a point. Waubonsee takes the second set in a 9-7 tiebreaker. The third set was moved to Saturday morning, where Neuqua Valley cruised to a 6-0 win. It helps give the Wildcats a share of the TVC title with Naperville North, after the Neuqua 4 doubles team of Rentmeester and Harold also won on Saturday morning. North uses a second-place finish in third singles and third-place finishes in 1 singles in addition to 1 and 2 doubles to help earn a share of the trophy. It's the 2024 Boys Naperville Twilight Invitational under the lights at Naperville North. 16 different high schools are here to run, including local teams like Naperville Central, Naperville North, Metea Valley, and Neuqua Valley. The sound of the starter gun marks the start of the race for all 134 runners. Things get off to a good start for Batavia's Francesco Bonelli, along with Downers Grove North runners Grant Schroeder and Philip Supial. A few Huskies from Naperville North are just behind. About a half mile in the race, DGN Supial and Plainfield North's Quinn Davis are neck and neck, while leading the pack that includes Bonelli from Batavia, OPRF's Liam O'Connor, and Naperville North's Jackson Trudy, with others coming from just behind. As the runners go past the first mile, the pack is still the same with O'Connor, Supial, Schroeder, and Bonelli. Naperville North's Trudy and Amar Bonpuri are running alongside Patrick Clune of Naperville Central, and Neuqua Valley senior Aaron Hamilton and freshman Grayson Mink are right there. Metea Valley's Ian French leads the way for the Mustangs around the top 30. Cut to the 2-mile mark, it's a short pack of Trojans with Supial and Schroeder. Oak Park's Liam O'Connor, Bonelli from Batavia, and Plainfield North's Thomas Sinzwierski and Quinn Davis are just behind. Later on, there's Plainfield North's James Masso and Aiden Connors, along with Manuka's Nico Semino. Another group comes in at the 2-mile mark, led by Naperville Central's Clune and Norris Trudy. In the stadium near the end, it's Supial and Schroeder along with Sierzwinski. Catching up is Liam O'Connor and Francesco Bonelli, along with Aiden O'Connor's coming from just behind. At the finish line, it's Supial taking first with a time of 14 minutes and 24 seconds, with Schroeder coming in close in second with a time of 14 minutes and 25 seconds. Sierzwinski comes in third with a time of 14 minutes and 27 seconds, with Quinn Davis in fourth. Redhawk Patrick Clune gets in 8th place. Trudy takes 14th for North, while Wildcats Grayson Meek and Aaron Hamilton finish 15th and 16th respectively. French secures 27th place for Metea Valley. The Trojans of Downers Grove North take home the 2024 Twilight Invites ahead of Plainfield North and Batavia. Naperville North and Neuqua Valley rounds out the top 5. Brendan Bergnach and Bennett Academy Soccer took on Naperville Central, where the Red Wings senior scored a great solo goal. About 6 minutes into the second half, the Red Wings are down by 1, but not for long. Bergnach gets the ball around half field, splits between 2 Redhawks, and goes towards goal. He accelerates past one more defender and slots a right-footed shot into the bottom corner. Let's take another look at the goal. It would tie the game at 1 as Naperville Central and Bennett finish in a draw thanks to a great solo run from Bergnach.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
When it comes to interest rates, it seems the Fed only knows one direction: up. That's not fair. If you're fed up with high rates, head over to Fair Oaks Ford. You can get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months. Now that's fair. Plus, you'll get what J.D. Power called the best customer experience in the business. Fair Oaks Ford on Ogden Avenue in Naperville. You've got a friend in the car business.
Shop online 24/7 at fairoaksford.com.
It's time for the girls golf sectional at the Atwood Homestead Golf Course, hosted by Rockford Boylan. Golfers from over 30 schools are here looking to secure a spot at state. We get things started with Erin Arnold from Naperville North on hole 9. Arnold is up for birdie with this attempt. She comes up just short, but taps the ball in for par. On the same hole but a different group, Matthias Ainsley Ellis is looking to sink this par putt. Ainsley comes up inches short of the cup. She then rattles home the bogey. Ellis with a 97 and her teammate Oyuhai Saarinen finishes with an 89. Next up we have Nikwa's Malar Anand after a great approach shot to get onto the green. Her putt comes up short and then she hits the ball to the bottom of the cup. Carly Rogers, Ellie Rogers, and Anand were the top 3 scorers for the day for Nikwa. Bonzi Valley's Minna Shyam is solidly off the green. She hits a great putt which stays on the line, hitting above the hole to just miss her attempt. With her next putt, Shyam gets the ball to drop. Shyam finishes her day with a score of 82, advancing to state as an individual. Moving along to hole 10 with fellow warrior Hannah Lee. After getting the ball out of the bunker, Lee comes up just short of the cup but makes her next putt. Lee finished her day with a score of 87. Just 3 strokes away from qualifying for state. For the Huskies, we have Addie Saganik looking to knock down her putt. Saganik's putt comes up short after drifting to the right. On the day, Saganik finishes with a score of 83. Second best for the Huskies, who are in contention for a team state spot. Back on hole 9, North's Alex Yeager sets up for par. Yeager is able to sink it and help the Huskies with a strong score of 86. We're with Prairie Ridge's Jenna Albanese after a great approach shot on the 12th hole. Her shot lands close to the cup. Albanese hits the ball on a line which falls into the cup for birdie. With her score of 78, Albanese advances as an individual to state. Taking you to hole 16, the signature hole. Isabel Grain from the regional champion Bennett Academy is looking to set herself up nicely on the green. Grain hits an amazing approach shot, which lands her close to the hole. Grain goes on to a 93 for the day. For St. Charles North, Abigail Geiswicks is looking to hit home her par putt after her great approach shot. The North Stars take the lead on the scoreboard after Geiswick's par putt. Moving along to the final hole, Crystal Lake Central's Delaney Medlin is looking to finish off the day with this putt. Medlin guides her putt into the hole to finish off her great round. Medlin finished as the top overall scorer with a score of 73. For the Wildcats, Carly Rogers is on the green looking to capitalize after a strong approach shot, which landed her very close to the hole. Rogers gently taps the ball home. Rogers finishes her day as the top scorer for Neuqua Valley, but unfortunately, the Wildcats will not be sending any golfers to state. Bennett Academy's Audrey Wake is wrapping up her day with this putt. Wake hits the putt home as she finishes her day as the 3rd best scorer for Bennett. Raina McAaron and Madeline Maldonado finished a few strokes ahead. Back to hole 10 with North's Georgia Riley. Riley is looking to knock down her birdie putt. Riley is just inches away on her attempt but rattles it home for par. Riley's effort helps secure North moving on to state as a team. Going down to the wire, St. Charles North gets the sectional win with a score of 333, with Caleb Yu finishing with the top score for St. Charles North with a score of 77. For Naperville North, finishing with a score of 337, with Georgia Riley as the top finisher with a score of 78. In 3rd place, Plainfield North finished with a score of 343, with Grace Gilbert as the top scorer with a score of 80.
That closes our 7th show of Naperville Sports Weekly, Season 18. You can find all our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us on social media at NCTV17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy.